going on live. There we go. All right, so while they're getting things set up, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the two different lists and kind of the pros and cons. Jax, if you want to start off and talk about Christian's list.
Absolutely. So Christian is flying today Kylo Ren with advanced optics, Hollow with Daredevil, and two fanatical FOs. So we've seen him play this list a couple times before on stream, and it's a pretty solid list. But its real big downside, I would say, is its late game. If they manage to kill the two FOs and leave just Hollow with Kylo. Since Hollow's ability is a must, Hollow ends up passing bad tokens to Kylo, and Kylo really doesn't like that.
Hmm. Yeah, either passing those bad tokens or giving up his own good tokens.
Either
Um,
way, the must clause is what
hmm.
if that end game ends up being Hollow and Kylo. We saw it last game where he K turned both of the ships, and it ended up costing Kylo to have or causing Kylo to have double stress, and it potentially I think that was one of the factors that cost him that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. However, Kylo is always going to be the end game ship, I think, in his list for
Absolutely.
sure. Let's.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I recently flew Kylo at a store championship down here in Houston. And yeah, just Kylo was MVP for my list all day. I mean, at
Mhm.
one point they killed the other two ships in my list, and I almost soloed the entire list with Kylo. Like he's
Yeah, he
bonkers.
can do that. All right, so Dan's list, not a lot of upgrades here. Um, Actually, I think it's only the one. Just Ruthless is the only upgrade he has on Pure Sabacc there. So let's start off with Major Vermeil, naked in the Reaper there. You got Gideon Hask, who, while performing an attack against a damaged defender, you roll one extra die. So if he can start the damage on a ship, he'll be able to roll three dice, which makes him kind of cool. However, against this list, once you damage one of those ships, you're probably going to kill it. So not super helpful. Um, let's see
Yeah,
here.
Kylo would be about his only ship that he might be able
Hmm.
to get some use on it if
Yeah,
Gideon lives long
exactly. Then you have Pure Sabacc, who, or with one or fewer damaged cards, you may roll an additional die, which makes him a very strong early game threat. Um, I think that's really going to be Christian's primary target here is going to be taking out Sabak with Ruthless. So when he's performing his attack, you may choose another friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender, and if you do, that ship suffers a damage, and you can change one of your die results to a hit. It's a very complicated way to say you get to change one to a hit if one of your friends suffer a hit, and with Rack being a buddy in this list and the final ship, there's a lot of options for you to use Ruthless if Rack gets right up in there and bumps. So
And same with Vermeil. Vermeil's got enough HP that I wouldn't be afraid to use that on him once or twice.
absolutely, absolutely for a couple rounds for sure. Um, so I'd say this game could really go either way. Um, just so much haul on Dan's side of the board to eat through will really be a struggle for Christian with the two three dice ships and two dice ships. We're 4 on 4. Christian definitely has the acier ships, but Dan just has those slow moving, lots of HP on Rack and Vermeil, and then just a couple
Uh,
little screamers.
Yeah, I don't know about slow moving necessarily. I mean, the only slow ship is Rack. I mean, you got the Striker and the Reaper are both incredibly fast ships. But I I really think yeah, the advantage I would probably put slightly towards Christian just based on the type of efficiency that we have going on. But
Mm-hmm.
I could see just a couple good hits, like especially with Pure Sabak having Ruthless. If he's able to punch through at the right time and
Mm-hmm.
remove a key piece like especially Hollow. I think you'll have
Yeah.
a good chance of removing Hollow early.
Hmm.
I think that'll put Christian in a position that it's going to be difficult to climb back from.
Yeah, Hollow is almost always the ship because Christian. I've played against this list with Christian, and Hollow always you pop first. He's easy to pop when you get him, a few shots on him, and he folds quickly.
Yeah, those
So,
Type A's in general, I mean, even though they're a double reposition high initiative AC ship,
hmm,
they're not Jedi. They're not
yeah.
silent. They don't play the same way. They're a lot more predictable, and this
Hmm.
is an incredibly interesting looking turn zero. By the way, I don't think I've ever seen anybody make this shape.
Yeah, it's the flat pizza, if you will. It's like the
Right.
the weird slice with the new guy working there.
Yeah.
Um, which I think Rack is gonna love that if he starts on that far corner up top,
Yeah.
because he'll
Rack's
have
happy
so
with
much
it.
open board.
I
You
don't think anyone in this list is unhappy though. Either side with this
mhm.
setup. I mean, they
I,
both kind of just want to be able to race around each other and just shoot. I
mhm.
mean,
I mean, you would like to see. You would think Christian's list would want a more cluster of obstruction so that he could
and he might
use his
just play like he
aciness.
is setting up on the bottom there, so he might decide to just try to force him into this cluster and
Hmm.
never leave it.
Yeah, that's true because it's your options are joust or start on the other corner, and if Christian just goes straight,
And he's
then
going to start in the other corner.
yep,
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know if I'd start Vermeil in the outside there. Being the lowest initiative over there could be problematic later, but
I think I would have set up for the joust if I was. Um, I'm
yeah,
sorry, what's the other player's name? I know Christian.
Dan.
Dan. If I was Dan in this situation, I think I would have set up just for the joust and force those ties to turn away because you coming through the clouds, once you exit it, I mean, Rack doesn't care.
Hmm. Hmm.
The other ships are all maneuverable enough that you can get through those clouds. And then you're out in the open, and that's fine for you.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think in a joust situation, I think Dan wins,
Oh,
um, because he is
agreed.
throwing more dice and he's not gonna die. Maybe Gideon dies, maybe Pure Sabak takes a few damage, but
It's unlikely he would lose a ship on the initial joust,
hmm,
at least before all of his ships get to shoot.
yeah,
So, yeah,
because
I don't know if I would have done Dan's setup here, but
yeah, it seems like I would have done that setup maybe in reverse. Just completely mirror image of that because now you're leaving Rack pretty exposed. If
yeah, he's
Christian just shoots up that mid lane, that'll be dangerous.
well. Lucky for Dan, the two ships with ailerons are the furthest away now because of
Hmm.
the way Christian's set up, and they're the ones who can make up the most ground. So he should be able to flank those two around in time to get to the fight at the same time Rack's in it if he goes slow enough with Rack.
That is true. That is definitely true. With the way Rack, he carefully positioned that Rack right in between those two clouds. I would not be surprised to see him do like a one or a two forward here and then turn through the gap to the left. Maybe that being his approach strategy here.
And
Gideon probably shooting up and then get a hard three and then just bring those other two in as fast as you can.
now that Christian has set up his two aces on the very bottom of the board, I I could also see Rack just doing the hard two, just going straight up and
Hmm.
eventually circling back around with all of his forces at once.
Yeah, and I
So
think that
it'll
would
be
be
interesting.
a good strategy for sure because then it forces Christian to either cut through the rocks or take the long way around.
Hmm.
So,
Exactly.
hmm,
So it'll be interesting to see. I I think with Christian here, you just five straight everything.
hmm,
You just commit
absolutely.
to what you gotten yourself into. You just commit to it.
Yeah. You could also one or two hard everything up the board, and just say, you know what, that's probably where he's going. I'll just meet him in this giant open section in the middle.
Yeah, you could.
Mhm.
I'll be right back. I got a phone call.
All right. Well, it looks like we are about ready to get started here. So I'm going to hop over to their channel. All right, looks like you guys are ready to start. Just let me know and I will hit the timer.
All right. Is it? It's not P. Is it? No, it's not P. I don't know.
All
All
right.
right. We're gonna go ahead and start, and I'll start with orange.
All right, well,
You
good
can-
luck, and may the force be with you both.
Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right, here we go. Time has started. We are live and kicking. Engines have been ionized. There we go. So Christian is going to be doing a 5 forward. Going to grab that target lock on Hollow for later so that when Hollow is forced to pass a token, he has a lot to choose from. That way he's not going to be stuck, say, passing a strain off to Kylo or a stress somewhere that unless he has to. All right. So we're going to see the FOs moving first, Gideon Hask, and all the other 4s. Uh-oh. There we go. Ailerons doing a boost forward. And, okay, just kind of playing it slow and safe. Testing out where Christian's going to go. Rack is really the interesting one here. Okay, got a 1 forward with an aileron and probably another 1 forward. All right, so nothing crazy, just kind of feeling it out. I would have liked to see him go a little bit faster there. All right, then we got Rack just doing his 1 forward, heading for that gap. Gonna reinforce. Not sure which. I think his arc is pointed forward and back. So we got Kylo 5 forward boost, Hollow 5 forward evade, and we are back to dials. Round 1 just flew by. So with that kind of starting out like that, we're gonna see a pretty big change. Because Rack, with that cloud right there, I bet you he's wishing he did a 2 forward, opening up quite a few more options. Maybe a 2 bank is safe. If not, he may be forced to do something like a 3 bank to kind of avoid those clouds and get in that gap. But if he does that, he's going to be the only ship engaging with, and he has 0 agility. No Minister Tua or anything like that. If he can get through there without clipping, he can get a reinforce. But
All right, I've returned.
all right, welcome back. I was just kind of going over Rack's options there. Rack went ahead and did that 1 forward towards that gap,
Okay.
which I really think he probably should have done the 2 forward if that's what he was trying to give himself options. He's just a little too close to that. He may be forced to do like a 3 bank to the left and be the only ship out there fighting Christian's entire list.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting. I mean, he took his 2 ships up at the top. It looks like he did what 1 forwards with both of them, and the aileron 1 forwards.
Yep, so essentially a 3 forward from both of those. But
This is really interesting because he hasn't put himself in a position to bring those in any kind of way where he can start. Like, yeah, he's in a position where he's going to only be shooting now, Dan, with 1 of his ships against 2 to 3 of Christians. So I really don't like this opening.
yeah, I mean, Kylo's sitting right here, probably going to do something like a 3 bank, and then be
Yeah,
able to
3-bank
boost
boost
around. And then Hollow and Number Pink are going to do the same thing. Orange may
Just eat the
clear
gas
us.
cloud.
Yeah, he either eats the gas cloud and just says screw it. But I think a 3 bank actually fits around it.
It possibly does.
Ooh, I learned
I
a new
think-
trick. We can go to camera 2. Watch this, and boop. That's
Oh, I
the
gotta pull up the
top-down
screen.
view. Not really great
Pull up that
top-down. But
I need to see.
oh, it looks like he did it. Yep, that's what he did. So he went ahead and he 3 banked both of the TIE fighters. So if Rack did a 3 bank, he might
We
bump
fight
into
boys.
those. Yeah. He might have maybe Rack 3 banked out or up board, but we'll find out. Oh, the chat. Gotta love the humor there. Welcome back, Rob, John. Who else we got out there in chat? Feel free to type something. Let us know you're there. It's a great way to get a shout out on stream.
All right, so banking those two around. I mean, he's bringing
Okay.
in his other ships harder now.
Mhm.
So
I don't like the way that Vermeil's lined up with that gas cloud, but I guess he can ailerons and then hard
yeah, he
turn.
can aim
And
around it. It's not that big of a deal.
it's kind of like learning to fly.
But now Gideon's gonna block the ailerons from.
Yeah. So that probably means Rack did a. Oh, he just did a one forward.
One
Okay.
forward.
That means you're gonna have to use that action to rotate that arc. Oh, or not. Okay. I don't think Rack has a shot right now.
I agree with you. He does not currently have a shot.
Yeah.
He won't get a shot.
Yeah, without even doing something like a bank, you just really, kind of screwed yourself there. Kylo went ahead and did his 3 bank, target lock, and boost for a stress. He may be
Just target lock, boost, take the strain here.
Absolutely. You're not in arc, so target lock. You knew kind of by where Kylo was that you'd be good. He can even pass that strain off to Kylo or either one of the
He's going to do a
FOs.
blue next turn for sure.
Exactly.
Because he's stressed. I would have.
It's safer to pass it to those guys anyway, just in case.
Yeah, your options next turn change, and you don't want to do a blue. But I don't know. I'd probably. Just
I would do a blue for sure. So, so Rack here. I think his reinforce is going to be good against all these ships. But the odds are that we can get some crits in here or something bad. So we'll see.
Yeah, it looks good against all of them, even Kylo.
Rack looks like no shooty shoots. This looks like we're clicking buttons here. There we go. Yep. Oh man. If he had been a little bit more aggressive with those later shit or those outside ships, we could
They'd be firing right now, at least at that TIE fighter.
Yeah. Which is ideally what you want. You want him to just hit one. Ooh, look at that. Rolling 3 or 2 in a focus, spending the focus. Rack's taking 3 right or 2 right there.
No, he's gonna get to roll, so he might only take 1, but
that's fair.
At least 2.
Oh,
yep,
look at that.
1.
Okay.
Disrespect.
Yep. I mean, for those of you who watched earlier, the game that I played, which I sadly lost and I ate an entire pint of pudding for. But the dice, I mean, it's amazing when you're thinking, all right, this game's over. All I got to do is get 1 damage through, and you roll hot, and their green dice, which were my Vader green dice, were just staying alive. All right, let's see. Kylo's going to he's going to spend a force there.
So that's 2 more damage on Rack.
Yep, that's automatic.
Should check that to see.
I think they did.
Yeah,
yep, or that's what they're doing right there. Yep. Just outside of it.
So 2 more shields. Down to 1 shield left on Rack.
I took those on the wrong ship. There we go. Yep. I should change these to be in the order they are on the table. That's Rack. Sabak. There we go. Gideon and Vermeil. All right, Rack, no shots. I mean, with Rack, I don't really know what exactly you do here. I mean, you're setting yourself up for Ruthless, maybe, and do a 2 hard to the left, and
yeah, just fly in hard now and block everything, and use your other ships to.
I would have liked to see him at least put maybe Intimidation on him, or if he's gonna use Ruthless, have just a double combo there. If Rack is your goal, or even break it Oiken.
Yeah,
that could have been. I don't know what the.
I think
point
make it Oiken would have been better than Rack, but I don't know.
Yep.
Yep. Nobody in arc.
You just gotta check it again and again just to remind yourself of, oh no. But I mean, reinforce
Gideon's got a
there
shot to be
was
right
so much. He got more use out of reinforce, compared to.
Yeah, and we'll see how much more use he gets out of it off these ties. They'll probably do 2 more damage.
Yeah, just checking arcs here.
There's the remote possibility that the one in the back only rolls 1 hit and he rolls a natty, but
Okay, so nothing there. On to the one that we think might have a shot. Gideon.
yeah, I would assume this is going to be an obstructed range 3.
Yep.
They should use the little tool to make sure it's obstructed, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yep, it is. There we go. Christian did it.
Thank you,
There
Christian.
we go. Dan was saying he's not used to playing on TTS, so.
That's not a big deal.
So here we go.
This is all for fun anyway.
Two red dice versus 5 green dice here with an auto.
It would need 5 blinks to do a damage.
Yeah.
Now it has no chance of doing damage.
Yeah.
You spend it anyway just to make him roll his dice. He might roll 5 eyeballs and have to spend it Yeah. if he doesn't want to take a damage. That's the only scenario now.
Yep.
No, there's some blanks.
Yeah,
and
there
stuff,
we
so
go.
he's
Where
good.
you're good. Just pick up the focus and just throw it off the side of the table. Throw it onto the other table.
All right. Yeah, you just keep pounding rack right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Christian.
Yeah, 100%. If you can get rack off the board, that is a lot of points.
Yeah, naked he's like 70-something points, right? 76?
Let's see. Yep, rack is 76. Means Oinkin is 74. Yeah, that would give you
That would be your
2 extra
intimidation.
points. Yeah. Intimidation is actually 3.
Oh, are they at 200?
Let's see here.
I thought they were at 198 for some reason.
Dan's at 200. Christian's at 196. So
That's not
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, you'd have to maybe bump Gideon Hask down to something else. But Gideon getting that extra die can be worth if you. So against your list, that would definitely come into play.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
gonna damage those ships. You're
Pretty quick.
Yeah, Lando and Dash there.
All right. Let's see if Pink can get that extra damage through. Probably, I would assume. Or they already did it. Did he roll blanks?
I think he did.
He must have, because
Yep,
they're moving on to dials.
1 shield. Or
Unless he forgot to shoot.
I think
It
we've
happens
learned
to
that
some
lesson.
I won't name who, but it happens to some people.
Yeah, some people, maybe even in the chat. The one in the front did 1 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
I just wasn't sure
the
if Pink
chat.
got a chance to shoot.
Yep. Must have just rolled some blanks, huh? It happens. It happens.
to most of us.
It is a dice game. More than anything.
You can't get mad at those dice. They just do what they do.
I mean, you can whine a little bit and cry at home in the dark,
I guess.
Because I'm not saying I have done that. I'm just saying I'm not saying I
it's
haven't
an
done
option.
that.
And you are absolutely right, Genghis John. Dice do reward good players. So
Yes.
just
If
always
you were a
remember
good
when you
player, the
roll
dice
well
would
or
roll
bad.
well.
Exactly. It's only because you're a good player.
Yeah. And if they roll bad, it's just because you're trash. You're just trash.
Just get good. And
yeah,
you'll roll good.
exactly. So many copyright infringements in those last statements there.
You know, yeah, I agree with you on Billy that since he didn't flip his arc this turn, about his only, which I mean, I have to admit, him reinforcing saved him 3 damage.
Yeah, he got much more out of that than he did from
He would have ever gotten
being
from a
able to
shot.
shoot. Yeah, because even then, you're rolling 3 reds onto 3 greens. You're probably maybe doing 1 damage.
That ship just did something crazy. Oh,
I think
he
it just
He
undo.
undid. Got it.
He undoed. There we go.
He undid.
Duty.
He clips the bacon. I agree. If he
Yeah.
does the 2.
Yeah, his only chance before was to do the 3 bank, and that would have set him up to not hitting a gas cloud this time, which means he's not getting a reinforce this turn, unless by some miracle that too hard doesn't hit the bacon. But I think
So
we
even
all
with the
agree.
2 hard, okay, so he does the 2 hard here.
Mhm.
So if Christian's predicting that, then he does the 2 straight with, or even he could
he could just bank
do
both
a
of his
3
ties in.
bank to the right towards the bottom with Hollow, and then he could use the
Daredevil to
Daredevil
back
boost to
around.
come back, to boost back around.
I don't know if Christian is gonna want to be that. Christian's a very aggressive player. I think we're even
Yeah,
going to see
he's 2
something like
straight.
a 2 straight here, and say, if I take a shot from Rex, so be it.
I think he tries to block him on top of the bacon there, and
Mhm.
just does 2 straight with the 2 ties and 2
Yeah.
straight with, just 2 straight everybody.
You might bank the ties, just to kind of give them more options with shots. Yeah. So he banked hard. Do they not have a 1 bank?
No, they do
no.
not.
Yeah, because they're FOs. Yeah. So I mean,
Taking a
he's
strain.
taking a strain there. There's sacrificial
could punish
pieces.
that.
Yeah, that's very true. So there's your 2 forward.
Now, if Rack did do what Genghis Khan was suggesting, and he just goes like 4 straight here,
yeah, that could be pretty interesting. He could help
I
punish
mean-
that tie too.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Huh. Okay. So just
Gonna-
going right over that.
Gonna get behind.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if he can. I'm sure it's gonna be, if he has a shot, it's gonna be obstructed. Let's go to camera 2.
So I'm gonna assume Rack's not going straight.
Yeah, I think that would be. That's an interesting call, but he got out of the way. I mean, we knew he was going to move
I think that was
Gideon
his goal.
first. Get out of the
Yeah.
way, and we're
Now
probably.
these 2 have the aileron in.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see Vermeil aileron towards Christian's side of the board, and then turn back in to avoid that bacon in the middle. But Sabak, interesting. That's going to limit his next options.
Oh, he's
Okay. That's a lot of
Rack's gonna
stress.
run away the other way. Watch.
He's gonna too hard to the right. You think?
Yeah.
Man,
Watch. He's gonna run away and then reinforce the back. Guaranteed. That's what's happening now. I
do
can
you
see
think
it.
he can fit there? I
Oh,
still
yeah.
think
That's
it's
too
gonna
hard
be
to the
super
ship,
close.
right?
You don't think it's gonna clip that bacon right there?
And now watch. Is it
And
gonna
sloop
be?
again. Watch. Flip over. That's F. It's a red. It's a sloop. Yep.
He did it. He's gonna too hard to the ship right. That is next level. I did not expect this. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's good, but you're not getting. I guess you've avoided quite a few shots, but I think Kylo and Hollow are both maneuver.
Oh, he did
He
go
didn't.
straight. Oh,
And what it was
wait,
a
he did
3
hard
straight?
3. No, hard 3 to the ship left.
No, it's a 3 bank.
Is it a bank?
3
Oh,
bank
you're right.
ship left.
I'm not zoomed in enough. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Interesting. I
Wow.
don't understand that. He cleared the room for Rack to go to the
I
right
know,
and
that's-
shoot out the back. I was like, that's next level. Whoa. Like
And then he already has that arc forward and back, and just
that made so much sense.
this
but-
is just so weird here.
Oh, Kylo.
Kylo. Not really in a bad spot. Rack didn't have a shot
does Rack
there.
have a shot?
I don't think so. He's too far
My
back.
angles. You're right. You're right. Yeah, he's too far back. Okay. Well, he
Alright.
doesn't have a shot on Rack, but I mean,
So, yeah,
it's not the end of the world. But Rack has no shots again.
yeah. Oh, without that turn of some sort, no shots with Rack. Sabak can really punish that TIE fighter now with Ruthless, but I think
That's
he
true.
might be
But with the bacon.
obstructed there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
man.
didn't get range 1.
All
Going
right.
for Sabak, I'm assuming. We'll see how many
Yep.
dice are rolled. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna spend a force there.
He might remove Sabak's ability right here.
Mm-hmm. So
Super
no mods on that
interesting
whole
turn.
side. Yeah. It's almost
Yeah, there it goes.
and there's Sabac's
Lock that
ability
in.
gone. That is 1, 2, 3 hits.
Ouch.
Almost killed him right there.
Go for it with Hollow if you can. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, just
Get him
try and
off
get
the
that
board before he
PS
shoots.
kill. Absolutely.
You're not killing Rack. Rack didn't have a shot. You might as well. I mean,
Absolutely.
as juicy as the 3 dice with your target lock from last turn is, I think you just go for Sabak.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. He has 1 health left. There you go.
Yep. Good target priority.
And he did not take a focus. Did he bump? Oh, he did bump, didn't he?
Bomb.
All right,
So
so
one
just one crit, range 3. Sabak
Raise
could
your
live
thing to
here,
that.
you know. There it is. All right, he's gonna be okay. Yeah. Interesting that you knew what you were doing and you still did the bump there with Hollow. And that's why I was thinking you bank in both of the TIE fighters. You get the most room in the back, but you know, staying alive.
I agree.
Oh, I think he accidentally switched to the ruler tool. Needs to press F1 there. I'm not sure what he's trying to...
He's just showing us his dial. He likes it.
Yeah, check out my dial, guys. Check it out. There we go. All right, now he's figured it back out.
All right. I mean, now you don't have extra dice with Sabak, but it's your only shot. So, I mean, unless he's got Kylo by chance, then you might go for it.
No, it doesn't look like it. Nope.
Use the ship feature so we see if it's obstructed. It probably is, but
Yep.
yeah. It's too many dice. There he goes.
Well, 1 hit.
Needs 3 evade. I mean, 3 focuses to do damage. Considering Ruthless.
Oh,
He's gonna do
he's
it.
gonna do it. Okay, taking a damage card on Dirac. I mean, that's why you bring such a hardy ship. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna get 1 damage through. That's gonna.
Now he's turned on Fanatical for that tie.
He has, and that one is the orange one. No, yes, that one's orange.
Next, I think we see Vermeil shoot, trying to put a damage card on it, so
Yeah.
Gideon gets the extra die. Now,
I
this
don't
one
think
might not.
Gideon has the shot either. Yeah, so Christian's gonna probably right click and check the obstruction, maybe? No?
I would check it if I was them.
Yeah.
It's probably obstructed, but you still check it. Yeah, they're just calling it obstructed.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
mean, it obviously is because the front of his ship is the closest portion, so.
Absolutely.
Yep. Unless you're shooting at range 3.
Got it through. Another damage.
Right.
Oh, he got 2 hits and a crit? Or... Yeah, hitting a crit. Oh, direct hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Just popping it right off.
Oh, it doesn't matter if Gideon had a shot or not now.
So there we go.
Okay, that Ruthless paid off.
yeah, it did.
I take back my words. I was like, I don't know if I'd have blissed that. I mean, your half points on rack is a lot more than a TIE fighter.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Ruthless is
moving
kind
it
of
from the
that,
board-
you know, that upgrade that you're like, nobody would use this. Why would anyone do this? But, you know, sometimes it just pays
I
off.
mean, he has simultaneous fire.
Yeah.
Shoot it for fun.
All right, that brings us to 23 points to 30 points. So there we go.
Well, I think we'll probably see some good damage on rack here.
Yeah, probably
see its
another
blades.
2. Yep,
Yeah,
there we
there it
go.
is.
Look at that. There's 2. So, all right, almost to half on rack.
And just one more. Okay, so I'm not going to try to predict Dan's moves.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've learned that we can't do that.
I don't like his positioning for this turn as
I
much.
think
I'm
I
not-
think his positioning now is just terrible.
I think if I was in this position, I won hard with Gideon. Like stay stressed and whatnot, because like what else do you do here?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. He put himself in just such a weird position. I don't know what he was expecting Christian to do, that he thought
don't
that this
know.
would be good positioning. Like, in order for this to pay off, all of Christian's ships would have to be past where Rack is now, as far as up board, to really
Yeah.
make your box. And again, not turning it all with Rack means you're going to either hit the gas cloud or be bumped again. Which bumped is what you want, but you'd rather move, get an action, than be bumped by Kylo or Hollow.
And I don't know how he gets Sabak or Vermeil back in this fight in a decent way this turn either.
Yeah, because I don't think, do either of them have one
They're
heart?
stressed. They both have one hearts, but it's red on the Reaper, so
So maybe we'll see it from Sabak here. I don't know. With one health left, it's hard to tell. Yeah. Maybe they
Maybe a
run
disengage?
away. Yeah.
well, at least with Sabak, he might disengage and hope to
Come back
use
around.
the gas cloud as coverage. Yeah, but I think Vermeil could just maybe one bank in and just be right in front of that gas cloud and not care. And
I think a one bank would put him on. It's hard to tell with Sabak in the middle there,
yeah, it is hard to tell.
and
It probably
the
does put
medium
him on.
base.
It probably does put him on it, so I don't know what the right call
But
is
Christian's
here.
ties are moving, or tie is moving first. I think we're gonna see a too hard to the left, blocking kind of a path for Rack there.
I would assume that's what it's got to be. I don't
Yeah.
know what he does with Kylo or Hollow at that point. He'll block Hollow again if he does the too hard, I think.
Yeah, which is not the worst thing in the world here, because
No.
you're probably gonna block him in a fashion where he might not even care. Hollow, though, with Daredevil, he can just hard turn to the right and Daredevil back to the left.
That would be a valid option for sure.
Because
And that
Rack's
would
not
put
going to
him
be able to move
behind-
that arc.
Yeah, and that would put him behind everything else.
Kylo, oof, maybe I don't even know. Just a one or well, because if you're gonna have that tie there, just something
Yeah, there's
straight.
no one straight, so just two straight bump.
Maybe. I mean, you have the Force to rely on,
And it still
and
has a target lock, I believe, on
Yeah.
Rax.
even though you're technically behind on points right now, you are very far ahead in the game. We'll call it, because you're about to pop. Maybe he just 3 banks over that gas cloud and says, "You know what? I'm gonna cover wherever Sabak's gonna end up." It's interesting here. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I can't really predict this turn. They've both gotten
Yeah.
themselves into a position that I don't even know what I would
Yeah,
do.
the 4K with Gideon was the least predictable thing that I could think of. 4King over a gas cloud for just nothing.
Maybe he thought
Maybe he thought they were moving, that Kylo or Hollow would move first and they'd be farther. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Man, I wish he had done that too hard with Rack last turn. That would've
I
been-
know it would have been beautiful. And now he's just super trapped in there, or even turning in towards where Kylo ended up, because you got to think Kylo wasn't there, so he would have gotten at least 25, 45 degree turn out of it to have shots. So
And he's just gonna one
gonna
hard to not
bump. All right. Which means we're probably going to see a 2 forward from Hollow later. Let's see if Dan can do something to kind of disrupt that. All right. F is the button to flip the dial. He's thinking about it.
Maybe he's debating turn order? Or...
No, I think he's trying to click it rather than just hit it. Okay, so he just did a 3 forward, got into a sort of a safe spot.
You're behind the cloud.
Yep.
From Holly's to Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
I
and
mean, Kylo could
probably
just ignore that cloud and just 3-bank in towards him. Thinking
that
he
is
did
very
do that.
true. Well, I guess actually if he can get all of his ships out of the way, maybe Rack can just go forward fast and above through that gas cloud.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking you might want to try to do there.
Okay, so we're gonna buddy him up. Again, super weird choice here. Not turning in at all.
He going where your
Christian
opponent.
reminding him that he bumped there, so he doesn't get an action. All right. That looks like the
gonna
one
leave that
hard.
in, though.
So that I like that maneuver. If
maybe
Rack
enough.
went fast enough. Let's see. Oh, he's
2
gonna take
strains.
another strain.
So those don't stack. In case anybody doesn't knows how strains work perfectly, it would be 1 strain per attack gets removed, and it only reduces his agility by 1.
Yeah, but it does mean that he's now a 2-dice TIE fighter for the next 2 shots. Okay, love that though.
Yeah,
It's-
Rack don't care about strains.
That means he's probably going to get bumped by Hollow if Hollow goes straight. And Kylo, who knows what that's going to end up as.
Now, depending on what Hollow did, he could always move Hollow first and bump into Kylo
Mm-hmm.
and still get a shot. So we will have to see.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Well, shout out to our 11 viewers out there. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah, he tried to do the bump into Kylo. It didn't work. There was room. But Kylo will have that range.
Range
going
1
right
for
into
sure.
the back
Yep.
of Rack.
Yep. Rack not able to reinforce, but he is pretty open for next turn to go straight. As long as he does at least maybe a 2. Then he can pick up that reinforce again. Hollow passing off a target lock to Pink there, because he does have to do it. So even if he had gotten some sort of positive token, he would have to pass that off.
Alright, Kylo shot into Rack. That's a lot of crits.
That was actually Rack shot into Kylo, because Rack
Oh.
shoots first.
Alright.
So we're going to see a force
those
spent
fours.
here. Yep, for nothing.
Oh, he's showing the dark side.
Okay, what are you going to show him? I mean,
Panicked.
or maybe you show him the
Blinded.
no touchy. What is that, stunned?
Oh. Yeah, that could be a guaranteed extra damage pretty quick in this
Yeah,
scenario.
because he's more than likely going to be hitting it looks really short,
Panicked.
so panicked is probably the one.
Yeah, it's panicked.
Yeah. It's more important to just not get actions rather than 1 more damage on Rack. Alright, let's see what Kylo does here. Out of force, so it's just going to be 2. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have shown the dark side. I think I might have just saved it for damage.
Yeah, it could be good. Hey, Echo 81 coming all the way from Japan. Thank you for watching. All right, Hollow's going to be punishing range 1 there onto Gideon, who's only getting 2 green dice. Just looks like hit crit, but since that is not an FO, no shields here. Alright, let's see if he can avoid this crit. Oh, he does not. Gideon has taken a crit here, and the crit is... And the crit is... Oh, that's a short one. Panicked? Or
Let me hover.
structural?
Structural.
Structure. Oh my gosh, structural and strained. He's rolling one die. I don't
man.
think
I don't think there's any
Pink
other
has
shot,
another shot at him though. But
but he has at least those two. No, he has only one strain left. So if he does a
Yeah.
blue next turn,
yeah.
the strain.
As long as he doesn't get blocked onto the gas cloud.
Man.
Uh-oh. Undoed again. All right. So, yeah, looks like obviously Sabak and Vermeil didn't have shots. So we are on to Gideon Hask. Rolling 3 dice, range 1 at Pink. One crit. Probably not going to do damage there. Nope. Thanks for the bits, Jax.
Oh, you know.
Always a pleasure. You know, when you're
One of the
loaded
nice
like
things
you
about
are.
it- Oh yeah, I'm loaded with the ability to watch ads. Something if anybody doesn't know, you can click on the little bits feature and go to get bits, and then at the top it says get 5 or more bits by watching short ads. Usually it seems to be monster ads lately, but hey, you know, it is a way to get some free biddies. And
Alright.
those help the
Looks
channel.
like Pink threw a shot over there at Sabak, but Sabak had that evade, so just kind of said, "Ha, not today."
Not today. Well, wow.
So ailerons, we're gonna see. Dear God, I hope we're gonna see a one
Them
bank
jump
to the right on both of those ailerons and some form of hard turn to at least get them back in the fight. We're probably gonna see. Well, let's see. Gideon there's pretty. I think he still has a stress, so he can't K turn here. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't see a clear and easy path for Dan to come back at this point. But
I mean, it's definitely not over. You have a full health Vermeil. You have, just barely half-pointed Rack. There's all it takes is Christian to roll some blanks on green dice. And Hollow can
precisely.
disappear, and you got 22 minutes plus or 23 minutes plus 2 rounds. So we will see.
I think his path at this point, looking at the point spreads and everything, I think he really needs to.
I think
Man,
you just
he
got to
needs
finish
to-
off Rack here. We're going to see Hollow and Kylo both turn to the left, I think.
Correct. I
And
think that's
just,
the right-
and just hammer Rack. You're not going to PS kill him, so there's a chance you might get shot back, but you have target locks and mods. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dan needs to probably with Rack here just accept the fact he's going to take some more shots and go straight, maybe.
I don't
Like
know.
a
I think,
straight 3.
yeah.
Go 3 straight, reinforce the back. Now you get to block some damage coming in, and you'll get a modification.
I think if he goes too fast forward, I think he's going to clip the lobster claw down there.
I was looking at the angles, and I don't believe so. If he goes straight, he won't hit that lobster.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
So-
Rack has to get that reinforce. You're a ship with no agility, and your skill depends on your pilot ability depends on you having that reinforce.
Well, why don't you cut to that camera too, and we can look at that top-down angle. Get
Yeah,
a
let's
little bit.
see here. So we are looking. Actually, no, let's freehand this. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh, he's totally clear if he just goes straight. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think we go straight on Rack.
And you have to ailerons both of your big ships. Well, actually, what you do is you ailerons Vermeil and bump into Sabak. Then Oh no, because you have to. Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, you could do that and then a too hard, maybe, or I don't know.
if
I don't know if
too
that
hard
gives you the good
clears.
angle anyway.
It's tough. I don't know what do you do with the positioning he's put himself in with those two, other than take some
Mhm.
time, come around. Maybe do the banks and then straights, and then the next turn he can come around the backside of that the bacon on the bottom. I think Gideon, yeah, same deal. Go straight, get ready to turn back around.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, back, just go straight, concede to the fact you're taking shots, and
Gideon, you just
Three
go
bumps
ahead
up.
and I think you just bump into Kylo right there and hopefully catch a shot on number pink.
fair enough.
What else do you do here? Let's see. That is a regular TIE fighter, so it does not have one banks. Nope. It's not as good as an FO, that's for sure. I was going to say, can clear that stress and do the same thing, but
No, you
nope.
really can't.
Mm-mm. So, yeah,
The two
maybe just
straight,
a
I think,
two
clears.
or a two bank down board just to get out of there,
You
get
do
away
two
from the
banks,
obstruction.
depending on where pink goes. Yeah, you do a two bank down towards the bottom of the board.
Mm-hmm.
That sets you up for a 2 or 3 hard the next turn.
Yep.
Now, if he did do a two bank the other way, he'll bump
Mhm.
into Kylo and stay there and get a shot on pink.
Yeah, which would be ideal. We'll see if that's what he did right about now. Oh, nope. He went this way. So he's going to clear the stress and the strain. Man, now this is where having the same pilot skill on all your ships, or the majority of your ships, really comes in handy because you have a lot of options and things that you can do with Vermeil and Sabak here, especially with having ailerons and maneuvers. And hopefully he's really thinking about how to activate these ships in the most productive way.
Yeah, it looks like he's thinking.
So ailerons, we're going to see... I don't know. I feel like he's going to sloop with both of them for some reason.
Or K. He could K.
Yeah. I mean, a two sloop here with Sabak could be good. Looks like he is not taking a strain there. All right. So it's going to be a one hard. Oh, it fits.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Okay. Here is your chance to pop that ship before it shoots, maybe.
Yeah.
Take a focus.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take a focus. If he takes an evade here to try and live through it, that is a sucker's bet.
Yeah, he's not going to probably through that.
Unless he's thinking maybe he can boost and just get by that ship altogether and shoot
Do
at the
they
more
have
valuable
boost?
ones.
They don't. They have barrel roll.
Oh, they have barrel rolls. Dang it. They have ailerons, which are kind of a boost, just not quite.
They got a pre-move boost. That's it.
Yeah, pre-boost. Not to be confused with a post-boost.
No. No post boost.
All right. I can't tell if he's still thinking or if...
He is.
Okay.
He's looking, thinking.
I mean, you're safe here. Like,
debating.
there's no way that Hollow or Kylo... There you go. There's
Yeah,
no way that
there
Hollow
you
or
go.
Kylo are
Yes.
turning around at
Choose
you.
violence. Kill
All right,
things.
we're going to see the ailerons here. Which way are you going to do it? Because if you just bump into pink there, you're not doing much else. So he's thinking about it. You said they have a one hard that's red, right? So
They
if that's
do.
what he did right here, he'll bump into Pure Sabak, I think. Oh, that's
Oh.
a sloop. Okay.
He slooped.
Oh, why didn't he ailerons towards the left? He would have missed that gas cloud.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
it doesn't matter. And I think that the angle on the
curved.
side of that is going to be unobstructed.
It's
That
possible.
closest point there. So,
They'll have to definitely do the new arc check tool.
Yeah.
I was just looking at this because I mean, it never comes up.
mhm.
The friendly ship for Ruthless does not need to be in your arc.
Hmm,
So if
interesting.
he had done something where, like we were saying, bumping into it, he could have Ruthless Vermeil behind
Mhm.
him.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
I would have assumed like Selfless, you would have to be in the arc, but
Mhm. Yeah, just has to be touching that ship, so.
Yeah, range 0 to 1 of the defender. It doesn't say in your arc or anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, Rack. Okay. Was able to 2 hard and reinforce the rear. What? Hollow? Turning away? That's interesting.
Maybe he was counting on
On them
Rack.
running? Or
Yeah.
I don't know what he could have been thinking with that move. But, you know, this whole game is a series of interesting decisions. We're
He's
going to
gonna
see
do
him
a
pick up a
target
target lock. He's going to move it over there. And now his action, probably a focus or an evade. Huh. You already have the gas cloud as cover. Seems a little overkill, but we'll take it. Kylo. Kind of limited. He should. I think he still
Barrel
has the target
boost.
lock, right?
No, his target lock's on
Oh, on
Sabak.
Sabak. Does he move the target lock? Nope, he's just going to focus. And is he going to barrel roll? Oh, he can't go there. Try back. Yep, that looks safe. So,
I don't understand that one either.
well, he wanted to get out of Rack's arc and have an unobstructed shot, I would imagine. I still think the shot's going to be obstructed anyway. And he passes the strain to the ship that's getting the range 1 shot before it shoots. Okay. In that situation, I probably would have passed that to Kylo.
I would have passed my evade to.
To that guy? Yeah, that would have been another good one.
Yeah, I mean,
Because, I mean, you're
Why
not
not?
doing damage here. Range 3 through a gas cloud. I mean, it's
yeah,
still a
he's
1
not getting
agility
shot by
ship.
anybody. Like, you might as well pass your evade to somebody who's getting shot.
Yeah.
But
And, yeah, if he'd have focused there, he could have gotten 3 hits out of it. But, oh, that wasn't his roll. I get it.
no, it was target lock.
Oh, target lock. All right, 2. So, here we go. Okay, so he is going to do damage out of it.
Wow.
He's going to get 1. Yep. So that's 1 shield. No biggie there. Yeah, it was an interesting call for the evade without passing the evade.
I got another phone call. I'll be right back.
All right. We got Kylo looking like, is that range 1? We'll see how many dice picks up. As range 2, range 1 obstructed. There it is. All right, Kylo's lock is somewhere else. He's got the focus token. I don't see why you don't spend it here, because there's no way Sabak is shooting at you as opposed to... There we go. Rack is going to get to roll 1. Roll, there we go. Oh, he's going to get it. So that's going to be 1 damage. There we go. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm Mr. Popular today.
That's all right. So Kylo shot range 1 obstructed at Rack, rolled 3, spent his focus for 3 results. Rack rolled the evade plus reinforce, ended up taking 1 damage from it.
Wow.
Yeah, so the power of Rack. Now we are on to, I assume we're going to do Vermeil first?
No, Sabak. He's doing Sabak to get rid of the token, so Vermeil has more punch.
Fair. And you get the 4 dice shot. If they're strained, always do your best shot first. Don't take that range 3 pot shot that we always start with. Uh-oh.
He's debating.
He's
option.
debating here. You shoot
No.
the TIE fighter.
Go for the TIE fighter. If you can get rid of that focus token, you might live with Sabak. And then you might even kill it if your
if
Vermeil shot's
can,
unobstructed and modified from removing that token. I think the ideal scenario is if he somehow manages to get fully loaded and Christian rolls. Well, obviously, the perfect scenario is he rolls blanks. But if he gets fully loaded and he rolls just a single focus, removes the focus token, that's kind of what he's wanting.
Yeah, you gotta do minimum 2 damage here. There you go. So he's only rolling 2 dice, so because of that strain that was passed to him from Hollow. Vermeil's rolling 4 dice here.
Trying to point it out with my hand. Ooh, only 2.
That's not good. 1 is a crit, though. So he's rolling 2 dice here. Okay. Oh, I think they're trying to debate if a card works, maybe? Can he ruthless? Oh, he's checking range. He's ruthlessing. Oh my gosh, ruthlessing his own TIE fighter here. I mean, why not? Gideon's not doing anything. Change 1 to a hit. Okay, okay.
Rolled too many dice.
Oh, and it's a blank. Oh no! Oh my gosh, watch him roll some results here.
Okay,
okay, that's
He's gonna-
exactly. He's gonna
Yep, that's
spend
what he
it.
wants.
Oh man. So we're still getting a crit through, so that's gonna be hit crit.
It's direct. All right.
Oh
one
my
hit left.
gosh.
Vermeil.
Vermeil, you can finish him off, and we are back into a game state here. Now,
Yep.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to chase down Hollow or Kylo, but that's what you got to do here. Oh, it looks like it's just going to be barely obstructed. Yep, they're calling it. The game is calling it obstructed. So.
Let me look at it from above, and
Mm-hmm.
that is. No, the game didn't call it obstructed.
Oh, it didn't call it obstructed?
No. Oh,
So-
it does say obstructed at range 2.
Yeah, because if it's obstructed, it'll be yellow.
That is so weird. It is.
It is clearly not obstructed. However, we have been going by the rules of whatever TTS says goes, especially with these new gas clouds. They're just
Correct.
not. The visual doesn't represent the natural. Uh-oh. Okay. Do you do
That's
it?
still 3.
Do you kill Gideon?
No,
Oh,
he doesn't need-
Vermeil. Yeah, his ability.
Yep.
Because
He
he's
doesn't need to.
tokenless. There we go. All right.
So he needs.
Oh, there
Not
it is.
enough.
Yep, not enough. That is a dead ship.
And not a dead Sabak. Sabak.
Wow.
To be ruthless again.
Oh, my
goodness.
gosh.
That ruthless paid off twice in this game.
You know, the most underused,
I know.
faction specific upgrade, and here we've seen it put in so much work. However,
I mean,
the work has been
both
done on
times are pretty
ties.
variants have been very
Yeah.
work, but I mean, my goodness. Like,
So
'cause if you hadn't
Vermeil
done it, you
here.
got the crit. And
Yeah.
that crit. Oh, the crit wouldn't have mattered actually. Looking at this roll, so either
Yeah.
way, it's still pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. But if it hadn't been a crit, he might have decided to just not to not spend the focus.
That's true.
You have to if there's going to be a crit coming through, especially because it could be direct hit. And it was. So, you never know. That is your biggest fear. Rack here. Huh. So Kylo's going to hard 2
Harden
to the
again.
left. Yeah, I think you do.
Or
Maybe you try and
bank?
block with Gideon here. Something
3
like
bank up and protect the back.
Yeah. I've
Gives you
given
the
up
most-
trying to guess what Dan is going to do.
'Cause it's doubtful Christian gets a reposition because
Mhm.
the hard 2 is going to go over that gas cloud. So you
Yeah.
3 bank up, reinforce the rear.
Mhm.
Gideon, you could go for the block on Kylo by 1 harding down.
Yeah.
So then Kylo might
Might
worry
just
about
bump,
that
yeah.
run, but then you still got him because you 1 hearted down and 3 banked up with 2
Mhm.
shots.
Yeah.
Kylo's in a terrible position
And
here.
Pure Sabak is going to be shooting in that gap there, trying to get a shot at Kylo as well.
I think Kylo's best bet is actually a 2 hard right over the gas cloud, use it as cover,
Mhm.
and just pray don't roll that strain.
Yeah. I mean, we're at 6 minutes remaining, or just over 6 minutes remaining. So this will probably be the last round. We're going to see him set the dials with the clock running, and then we're going to see 2 more complete rounds after that. But let's see kind of what we have going here, because hey, thank you for following Yodade. Because if Dan is able to half points, Hollow or Kylo here, without losing another ship, it could be anybody's game, you know, and with the timer the way it's running, we're pretty limited on the amount of rounds we're going to see here. So while we are in this nice little organic pause here, I want to shout out a big thank you to the 512th Squadron out of Austin for putting together the whole Corona Cup. And also want to take a moment to thank everyone out there for watching live. It's a great pleasure for us to be able to bring you these games. And the more people we have watching, the better we feel. I am going to shamelessly plug our YouTube channel and Facebook. Please check those out. We post our games up there to the YouTube channel. So if you would like, follow, and subscribe there, that really helps us out. And then speaking of subscriptions, we would love you to subscribe to our Twitch channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can do it for free. It doesn't cost you anything, but throws us about $2.49 per subscription, and helps us to constantly increase the ability of what we're able to do here. Get us some funds so we can make some swag, have them printed, some alt arts, some damage decks, things like that. We have a cool new custom animation that will be at the beginning of this video when it goes to YouTube. It'll probably be up there, judging by the time this game will be done, probably be up around midnight or so. But make sure you check that out. It was on the latest video that we have posted, our cool lightning animation of our logo there.
It is neat.
Yeah, it looks like waiting on one dial to be set here. This is definitely not the way I think that I saw this game going, of having 4 ships left on the board on Dan's side with just about time in the round. And just, I mean, we all expected Kylo and Hollow to be the last ships on the other side of the board, but
here comes the possible curse of Kylo Hollow. So
yeah.
let's see. This is what I
Hollow is
mentioned.
gonna hit this gas cloud, I think. Okay, there's the perfect blocking spot. You just focus
Or
up
if he
right
runs,
there.
either way, you get to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting shot at, no matter what.
Yep, we'll see what he does with. Ooh, he moved that dial out of the way, so I'm thinking maybe Rack is headed that direction.
3 bank, that's what's gonna happen.
All right, I think here with Sabak, you just 2 straight. Well, you have to ailerons because you're not stressed, so you just
Right.
1 forward or 1 bank. Ooh,
I think he's covering 1 forward now,
maybe, unless he's gonna chase.
Yep.
Nope, there you go. It's gonna be a bump.
So if Kylo runs to the right, like I was
Mhm.
suggesting, he's
Yep.
got him covered there. If he
Yeah.
goes straight, he's covered. If he tries to turn, he's blocked, and then maybe Rack will get him.
Yep.
Kylo is in trouble.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what he decided to do. I mean, either way, it's a 3 dice unmodified shot. You got gas cloud covered from Gideon there. Not
gotta
too
go.
dangerous. So, all right, gonna clear that stress and roll for a strain here. He is gonna take a strain. Not super. Doesn't matter a lot on a ship like that. All right, let's see what Rack's gonna do here. Oh, he's gonna 3 hard.
3 hard, maybe rotate.
I don't know. I mean, if you're really thinking you're gonna block
This
here,
point, you should. Yeah,
Yeah.
you rotate.
I think you do, and then it kind of sets up your next path.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Yeah, as much as you want that reinforce, rotating is the right call. Because there's no way you're shooting anything out of the front and back.
There's the rotate.
There you go. Honestly, if he had just started that front and back from the beginning, ooh, he is safe. Crits are good things on gas clouds. Just did a long K there. Oh, there it is. Blocked Kylo on the gas cloud. Doesn't. It may clip Rack. We'll see if he gets the strain. He does. Okay.
It could be bad.
Thankfully, Rack rotated that arc, so he is going to get that
Let's
shot.
see. I think he dodged the box, so it's just
Yeah.
going to be a range 2 from Vermeil,
Ooh, yeah.
but that is modified because he has no token.
Yeah.
So
I wish you could just shoot with him first now. But you can't. But hopefully Rack will get a couple hits in here and maybe cause Kylo to spend some force.
yeah, that would be Dan's goal here. Is
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be a range 2, so he might get half points on Kylo this turn, and then it becomes a very different game.
It's probably unlikely that he gets, but he does have 2 ships that he could ruthless to death, which would be quite crazy.
Yeah, he only has the Ruthless on Sabak, who has no shot, so...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dang it. All right, Rack is going to be range 2. Ooh, just barely, though. So judging by where that line crosses, I don't know if Kylo's going to have a return shot.
I don't believe he does.
All right, so we're going to see 3 on 2 because Kylo is strained. Unmodified dice from Rack. Kylo has his force tokens. Oh, that's not what you want to see here. Oh, and he got it. He's safe. Okay. Okay. Well, Dan, time for you to have an incoming shot from Hollow here.
Do you take the shot on Vermeil, or do you go for the luck shot on Sabak?
I think you just take it on Vermeil with no dice. You out PS Sabak anyway, and he's not shooting it. Kylo, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely take it on Vermeil because you can get half points right here fairly easily, just like that.
Whoa.
That's hit crit on Vermeil.
Ouch,
Hit,
that's half points.
Hit
Yep.
crit, and the crit is. And we are waiting, and it is. What is it? F. Is that wounded pilot?
Disabled power regulator.
Disabled power. Oh, luckily you're a medium base ship, so you have a little bit more.
It'll still happen within the time frame of the game because they have 2 rounds
Yep.
left.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to engage right now and take the first ion token. Yeah, I mean, so whatever your next move is.
Checked
Alright.
Sabak, no shot.
Yep. But, you know, he covered his bases, like you were saying, so.
Yeah, there was no avenue for Kylo to go at this turn.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got range 2
Is it gonna
on
pay,
Kylo.
though?
I don't know.
See
Kylo with both force there, back up to 3 defense dice. You're going to get to change one to a hit, but. Oh,
There it is, fully
okay.
loaded.
So you're probably going to do a damage here. It's highly likely that you will do a damage.
And if dice are unfortunate, which they can be, he could get half points.
That's true. Why did he not change? Okay, there he goes. He's just trying to figure out how to do it. So he
He
has
got a
taken
single
1
damage.
damage, which is big on Kylo.
Yeah,
So.
it puts him closer to that.
Mhm.
I mean, if he gets half on Kylo, he's still not winning, though. So at this point, he must kill Kylo or half both.
Mm-hmm.
Or just
kill
kill Hollow.
Yeah.
Which he is set up in a way to pursue Hollow. Sabak could come around with a 1 hard and use so Aileron using a bank and then
Oh,
1 hard.
I need to tell them that they have 2 rounds left. Hey guys, just want to let you know that your time has run out, so you have 2 complete rounds.
Yep, we got it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, they were on top of it. They have their timer running as well. So.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think this turn you gotta go with Sabak against Hollow, and you might as well do the same with Vermeil.
I don't know if you do against Hollow because Sabak. I mean, Hollow's gonna PS kill Sabak.
Well, what's your other option for your win condition here?
I don't know. Maybe if you. Well, he's still got his aileron, so he's gonna. If he. Oof. You gotta swing
Yeah.
maybe wide, like really wide with Sabak, trying to catch Hollow. And then maybe you try and bump Hollow with Vermeil as well. Yeah, because half of Kylo will give you 40 points, and you'll be
Lose
losing
1
by
point
1
shy.
point. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, him getting halved on Vermeil by that incredibly, loaded lucky shot. Like
Mhm.
you can't predict those things, and that's what has put him in the position he's in now. Like there's
Mhm.
just no way for him to come ahead without he has to really kill Hollow. I don't think he could kill Kyle,
Mhm.
but I expect Gideon to do the K or something like that here.
Mhm.
Um, maybe something slow from Rack, like a one
Like a one bank, because his arc is pointed
That'll put
towards
him,
the side.
but that'll probably put him on the gas cloud, so he won't get his reinforced that he wants.
All right, I'd like to see a 2 hard from him. I think that will just basically pivot him on that front corner.
All right, I think the right move for Gideon here, as much as you're
Oh.
Kylo.
I think you broke up there a little bit.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I can hear you now.
I think the right move from Gideon here is the one hard towards Kylo, because I think the most likely move from Kylo towards. So you keep him locked there.
Yeah.
I think you then take Vermeil and you move him before Sabak, and you aileron bump into the back of Sabak, and then you one forward bump into the back of Sabak to get that range one shot.
Mhm.
Then you aileron Sabak, maybe.
Do you think that Kylo will fit a 2 hard towards Rack?
He won't do the too hard. I'm guaranteeing it's
Yeah.
not because I know Christian, but because that opens up the most options. A too hard.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really think he's going to do the. But I mean, I might be wrong. I would at this point he's behind. I'd hedge my bet. No, I wouldn't hedge
Yeah.
my bets. I would go all in on something here.
Yeah, because if Christian can kill another ship, I mean, he's got the game in the bag.
So you too hard Rack towards
Yeah.
Kylo.
Yeah, you 2
Hoping
hard
you
towards
can
that
keep
gap.
Kylo there. Same with Vermeil. You come in and you just put everything down on Kylo, and maybe with Sabak you either sloop or K, so you're facing Kylo after.
Well, you got
do
you
your
ailerons. You just ailerons forward and to the left, and then you 2 hard, or 1 hard even. That'll put you right at the
You
top
could
of
do
the
just
gas cloud.
actually, yeah. If you just did a single one forward aileron, and then that would put you right on Kylo's butt, the Sabak. So
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, it's tough, but I think you got to go all in right now on something.
Yeah, and Kylo's the only one you can really do that on. However, though, if Vermeil ailerons to the right and well, he could 1 hard even and points right at Hollow. The problem is that if Hollow bumps into him, that was a completely wasted maneuver.
Indeed.
And Rack can't get that far up. Maybe with something like a 3 bank.
And I think with Hollow here, that what's his name's moving.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gone. So I think you're expecting a 1 bank towards Vermeil.
Mm-hmm.
Him coming in that way to get on Rack.
Absolutely.
Because Rack has what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, so he has 6 left.
Mm-hmm.
We could just look at this, I suppose. This is a tough round.
It is
a tough round.
And
I think you gotta go all in.
that there's 1 round left is even harder, because you're trying to think 2 moves for sure. Okay, we saw the 4K
So
there.
he did the initial thing I thought he might do, which is the 4K. So
Because we also never thought about what happens if Kylo just runs. You know.
he's up. He has no point in staying in this fight. But
Yeah.
I know
So-
Christian as a player too much to know that
Yeah.
he's not running.
So do you think we're
going
gonna see a 1 hard or a 2 hard here from?
1 hard, and he could get 2 strains from this, but he
He's
won't.
got
Yeah,
no
maybe
strain
1.
there. I would have just went ahead and rolled the next one anyway, because you know you're gonna hit it.
You might as well just roll 2 dice at once.
1 hard.
There's the
Oh boy! All right, roll it
so with
again.
repositions. Kylo will probably dodge that arc,
If he did the 1 hard, you're right.
and I'm almost sure it's going to be the 1 hard.
I think maybe even if he did the 2 hard.
Yeah, barrel roll boost would clear it.
Yeah.
But now he's got the open opportunity to come in with Vermeil. He'll one bank, maybe one forward or something.
I think well, I don't know his maneuver, but if I knew his maneuver, I could tell you. But I think we might even see just a one forward, and then a bank.
But he is going all in on Kylo.
Yeah, he is.
He might
And
be able to
he's
block those barrel rolls. Another move comes
with
in.
yeah with Vermeil and or Rack.
Nope.
We'll see.
Not gonna be
maybe
able to block
maybe a
anything
too
up.
hard, because Rack is still not moved yet. So all right,
Takes a
he's
strain.
taking a strain.
But I think we see a sloop or a K here.
You don't think he's gonna turn towards Hollow? Looks like a one. Nope, nope. One sloop. All right. Well, that I mean that
Depending on
covers
the-
a lot of options there. But
And if
that's gonna be
Hollow
punished by Hollow for sure.
There's the 3 hard. I
Three
think the
hard.
2
Ooh, the 2 would have been.
maybe it's probably still on the cloud though.
Mm. Taking that strain. Not that Rack really cares.
All right, time to see what Christian did.
2 bank.
So he pursued that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Probably the safest way to go. He's gonna get a target lock.
Not being shot, you target lock focus and take the strain.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because you are not. He's checking, making sure he's actually not getting shot at. Okay, come on. There we go. Buttons. What? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. He's gonna take the long range 3 shot rather than the range 1. I guess he's thinking I can kill that ship
Kylo bump.
before it shoots Kylo. Okay.
And he takes the strain.
Here's your chance with Rack. Man,
Man,
that
if
2.
Rack had done that too hard.
Oh, yeah. It would have set him up much better.
You would be range 1 for sure. This might be still, but
I'm thinking that's going to be range 2. Alright, so he's going to do the first shot from Rack. Shoots first, actually. So, come on. They're talking about something. Maybe. Yeah, so Rack's going to shoot here at Kylo. Probably
I did
gonna
not
be
expect
range
Kylo to 1 hard
2.
that way. That is.
Yeah, that is very strange.
I called the 1 hard, but not the right way.
Yeah. So he was thinking about kind of running. I guess he didn't think that those ailerons, and then the 1 hard, he's like, oh, why would he fly over the gas clouds? Because Dan doesn't care about gas clouds at all. Oh,
Ooh,
man.
Only 2.
Okay, so here's
Could
your
you
chance.
have points? Though?
Ruthless with Sabak and get that other damage.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
On both.
Oh, no. So that's 2 force spent there if he doesn't want to take damage. Okay. You got Hollow shot now. Going to try and pop Gideon before.
Not having modifiers on Dan's side has just killed him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he had done the 2 hard and it had cleared, he could have reinforced. One of those would have been a crit, or he could have taken the focus token. I mean, so many options there. Hollow's going to target lock that blank and spend that focus for hit crit. And we're going to see. That is not enough. Gideon is dead. That's structural damage. I guess we forgot to put that up there, but that's going to be what did it there. Dang. Alright here. So Gideon's gone. We're going to see Vermeil shooting at Kylo here. That's going to be range 2 obstructed, it looks like.
Yeah, now his only path to victory is a dead Kylo.
And that's just not going to happen.
I mean, he could tie it with a if he kills Hollow next turn.
Oh my gosh. Is it 56 points?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, final salvo.
Well, I mean, with Vermeil doing a 1 forward next turn, your options are pretty limited.
Yeah, he would need Rack to one-shot him somehow. Like,
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
I mean, well, because Rack's in that spot now where he's probably not going to get shots again. I mean, probably not going to get
Yeah.
mods again.
He would need to roll fully loaded against blanks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlikely.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dan, you did exactly what the enemy was not expecting a lot of the time. So you definitely, changed up the way Christian needed to fly to match it, but I don't think that unconventional flying is gonna pay off here in the end.
A big.
Oh, so
Not
no
a-
matter what you roll, you're gonna change one because he doesn't have a token. It's
He
not
needs-
gonna net you anything there.
He needs 4 eyeballs. It's happened, but not today.
No, not
right?
today.
Mm.
All right. Well, Vermeil is now ionized. So, since he doesn't set a dial, his ailerons
He
he
doesn't do
doesn't
them
do
anyway, he's stressed.
ailerons. Oh yeah, he's stressed
stressed.
anyway. So that would have been the only thing that maybe you could be a little bit more maneuverable, but it didn't work either way. So
No, you have to have a dial.
yep. So Rack, I mean, at this point you have to. Well, if you're keeping up with the points like we are here on screen, you know that all right, I have to kill Hollow, but I don't really think there's anything you can do to kill Hollow here. A one bank ailerons from Sabak with another
Yeah, one bank, one hard.
and
Get a shot at least potentially.
Rack somehow shoots up into that gap.
But we all know what Kylo right here. This is gonna be a
Yeah, Talon roll.
Talon roll, and yeah, I don't see.
Yep, and
I
this
see
being
Sabak
the
dying
last
before.
game, or the last
Mhm.
round of the game, right here. Man, it was an interesting game for sure. But
Maybe with Sabak, you go balls deep and you just say one bank towards Kylo and one hard towards the board bottom, and if he Talon rolled, here we go. It's,
or even just a one straight, one hard. It's
yeah, it's something. You just go crazy here. Yeah, one straight. Yeah, I don't know. You
I
just
mean,
go.
either
Who
way,
cares?
if you're in his arc, you're gonna die. There's just nothing that would stop that from happening.
And because both of these players are 1-1, losing this round, you won't. But
Yeah.
so saving points at this point doesn't mean anything. So you got to go for Hail Marys, and I mean, Kylo probably either does the Talon or he dips out because he knows he's ahead on points.
Mm-hmm.
You preserve your points. You do a 3 hard towards Sabak, and you just get out. You know that he won't be able to shoot you with at least Vermeil. Unlikely Rack.
Yeah, and if he does, it's just gonna be, a
And
weak
then for
shot.
Christian, you also try to clean up points with Hollow. Do that one,
Mhm.
clear your strain.
Kylo
kill-
could just do a one hard here towards Sabak and have that gas cloud just hugging him from pretty much every angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way Sabak's turning around. Well, Sabak might. Sabak might. Do
You
an
could one
aileron
straight,
forward
1K.
and- yeah. Who knows?
He's done crazier stuff this match.
And
so
then
I
if
would...
Kylo K turned or Talon rolled up board, towards Christian's side of the board, then he would have a shot on him without getting a shot back. So if he halves them both, does that would be enough? So he'd have to get 2 damage on Kylo and 2 on Hollow. Man, that's a challenge. But if Kylo has no tokens and just 1 force, it's doable.
doable.
Doable. So there's your 1 forward.
Only can focus.
Oh, nope. Go back. There you go. Okay. Just he hit the button on the die.
Clear all those tokens. Get
Yep.
rid of them.
And then you can focus. Just don't worry about deleting
Now,
them.
if
Just
Kylo
click
does
and
do
drag
the
'em.
Talon roll to be aggressive, he's in a bad position. Vermeil pretty good shot against a tokenless Kylo.
Yeah,
but
it depends on which way he goes. And
That's
also what Hollow is able to take off the board before it shoots. Or
he'd have to do
Kylo.
4 damage.
Well,
which-
but with 2 ships, it's
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah, this is bad.
So Rack here, do you just like 3 straight?
I don't know.
Oh no, is he gonna do the 1K off the board?
Oh no.
No, okay. He just
Okay, in
Okay.
case you ran, I'm this way.
yeah. So he has both sides covered now. It's just I don't think a Talon. I mean Talon. He'll be safe either direction.
He'll be
I think,
safe no matter what he does. Where that put him.
unless he just rolls all blanks after he moves. He's gonna focus. Oh, could have also liked to
I
see
would
a
have barrel
roll
rolled there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
barrel roll back and down. Oh no.
Buff.
Okay, so he's going all in on Kylo here. I almost would have liked to see Rack go after Hollow there, and just hope and pray. Well,
Okay.
there's-
So
hmm.
Kylo could die still. Like, it's not impossible.
You're right. It's not impossible. Just
You
think
focus
if
barrel roll
Sabak had
away.
done the
Yeah, there you go. All
if
right.
Sabak had gone the other way though, that would have blocked that.
I know.
Okay, there was a crit rolled for something. Oh, to be so close to Rack and not be in his arc.
Oh man.
He's gonna try and shoot Vermeil here, I guess, because Vermeil he
This is
could
the
do it
closest to
with
death.
he get 4 dice.
And he rolls a blank. Yep.
Yeah.
Doable.
I don't know why.
All right,
Oh,
Rack,
Rack
you-
shooting first at Kylo.
Got to roll perfectly loaded dice here and have him roll nothing, and then Vermeil finish him off. That's what happens.
Oh, range 3. Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
We can see it. It can happen. You know, just
I've-
hit
I've
crit
seen
crit
crazier
right
things
here.
happen.
Hit crit crit.
I've seen crazier happen.
I don't think Dan has rolled a fully loaded shot all game.
No. But there it is.
Oh, there it is. We're halfway there. All
my gosh.
blanks.
There's.
Oh my gosh!
I can't believe it, Dan. You wait all the way to the end to do. Oh, and it's a direct hit. Oh my
Oh,
gosh! If he
he's a-
doesn't kill Vermeil, this could be the game.
Is he
Oh my
1 health?
Gosh. He's at 2 left.
Is it 2? Oh my gosh! I clicked too many times.
Oh man, this is nuts.
Oh my god! Is Vermeil's shot gonna be obstructed? If Vermeil lives here,
Oh, that's super bad.
there's 16 points difference.
Vermeil
Oh, he's
is
gonna spend
not
that
out of it
lock.
yet. He's got the lock.
He has to get this into a blank.
He didn't. Vermeil lives no matter what
Okay.
on 1. I mean, you don't even roll it.
Yeah.
Just put 3 damage down. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, sure. Well, he might
know what I
take
mean. It
one.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Exactly.
Lost turn.
There's no timer on, so it's fine. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just put 3 damage
Yeah.
down. Who cares?
You don't even
Uh,
put him down.
this
You
is-
just don't even put him down.
This is nuts. This
If
could be it.
Vermeil pops Kylo here, this would be the comeback of the century. All of you viewers
Unreal.
out there in chat, you will remember where you were this day if this happens. Man.
For Christian's sake, I really hope it doesn't. But I mean,
I mean, just think of the story it would be to tell, though. Oh, it's gonna be obstructed. Obstructed
Okay.
range 2, so 4 dice, but with an auto thrusters here,
he
the
needs,
likelihood is next to
he
nothing.
needs 4 blanks pretty much.
Yeah.
This is next to 0 chance. But I mean, it could happen. He's got the focus.
Oh
Nope,
no,
two,
that's not
so
gonna do it. There's no
nothing
way he can roll.
roll.
Yep. Wow.
There's a
Oh
lot
my
of
gosh.
ways.
He's gonna
if that was
spend
not
it just
obstructed,
because-
that would have been
Oh yeah.
that could have been real bad.
Mhm.
But
Or
Gee.
if Sabak had picked the other direction, it would have blocked that, meaning both those other shots would have range 2, taking away one of Kylo's dice.
oh man.
All right, well let's hop over to the other channel and
agree.
talk with these guys. Hey guys, that was amazing right there. That end everybody's butthole was clenched up tight for those dice once Kylo took that damage.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Dan. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts before you started this match. Your thoughts on setup and kind of your plan on what you were gonna do.
Yeah. So, the thing that's crazy about the Corona Cup, right, is that like you get all this advanced time, which is kind of nuts, versus a normal X-Wing tournament. So you've got like all the time in the world to be like, oh my gosh, like look at the math to it and realize that the only way I win this game is if I like straight up kill Kylo or Hollow, and I have to take out the Omegas. Or just like given like the squad points of my ships, I'm like I have to take out the Omegas. But then just like doing some like fun like dice math, there's no way I can actually joust, even though it looks like I've got a better jousting squad. Like I actually can't because I'll lose a gun or get a gun crippled. So it's a super tough matchup. The the interesting thing is like I've seen people with this archetype do the whole thing where like you throw the ties and then Kylo swings out wide and then Hollow comes in behind. So I'm like, sweet, like when I saw you do that opening, I was like, oh, I think I know where Kylo's going to be. I'm definitely chalking a little bit up to TT like TTS like
TTS
first
eyes.
game, because I was trying to be like maybe one range more on the first engagement, and I'm just like, shoot, like Rack just kept being out, and I'm like super proud of my decimator flying skill, so I'm like, oh well, that's tough. But the problem is if the Kylo and Hollow flying is just on par, like the other ships just can't touch it. And I definitely got saved by I think a little bit of variance there. With like Kylo taking as much damage as he did, and Hollow just being like, okay, there's no way I need to, just don't even bother.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was like you flew exactly the way you needed to.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like it was kind of tough. I was like, shoot, like it doesn't. I don't know if it looks that bad on paper, like when you first look at it. But when I started looking at my list, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need all my pieces to beat a list like yours because I have to kill Kylo and Hollow. So like I was facing an uphill battle, but like you feel like super good, dude. So it was fun playing though.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
Thank you so much for playing on stream here, and thank you very much for that commentary afterwards. Hopefully, you'll go back and kind of watch this game and kind of analyze your approaches and thoughts. I mean, that's how you get better. And
oh yeah, for sure.
It's always fun to play some X-Wing, right?
Yeah, hats off to you guys for like doing this. Like I'm totally gonna rewatch this, and like some of the other vids you've got are great too. So
awesome.
Props, everyone out there, like these guys. Twitch Prime, do it.
Yes,
give us your money.
Thank you. All right, Jax, if you want to talk with Christian.
Absolutely. So Christian, explain from turn 0 on your strategy in approaching this low upgrade but high health and damage output list.
Well, I tried to, like I usually do, is kind of cluster the rocks toward one side of the board. Part of me, looking back, wishes I'd kind of wishes I'd taken rocks to the tournament. Just especially with the 2 rounds I've had against Rag, being able to pressure him onto the rocks to cancel his shots entirely would have been very helpful. But all in all, as you can see, all the gas clouds are on one half of the board. So I tried to push the asteroids all toward one spot so I could keep my ships closer in there and make it harder for the larger and medium ships to move around. And I think that really helped a lot in denying Rack a lot of actions. Like, aside from the first 2 rounds of the game, I'm not sure he took an action all game. He may have taken 1. So I really feel like I did a good job there. And then I did my usual deploy over here in my bottom right. You know, like you said, send Kylo out fast, and everybody else not quite as fast, but still pretty fast. Able to engage right in the middle of that gas cloud there, where my ships are a little nimbler, a little faster than most. What really hurt the most, though, was losing both of those TIE fighters in one round. One right after the other before they even got a chance to shoot. Because I had good shots on both of them when they died, but they just died. They went from full to 0 in 2 shots.
And both of those shots, he had used Dan was able to get excellent usage out of Ruthless. Ruthless on both of those is the extra damage that was needed for those ships to die. So
Yeah, for sure. I do acknowledge that I definitely made a mistake here when I had Hollow behind this gas cloud, passing the strain to purple and to pink instead of the evade. If I passed the evade to him, I think it would have gone quite differently there in the end.
yeah,
The other
both,
thing that hurt me.
Keenan and I acknowledged that when we saw it, we were like, "Oh, that's your only ship, that is gonna get shot at really this turn." And
Yeah.
use that evade.
That was definitely a misplay on my part. And then just from and related to that, not taking off a single ship until the next to last round of the game was definitely an annoyance.
Yeah, the
So
damage
I
was
don't know
all
if you
spread
were
out,
doing-
but
Yeah, so I don't know if
Sorry.
you're doing like final salvo like math in your head, but like if you hadn't killed Gideon, we would have had to salvo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I would have like,
because I had
I was
half
like,
on all of
that
your
was-
list.
yeah. I mean, like even the way you were flying Hollow, I was like, it's kind of sad when you're like, I have to pray for salvo, but it's like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, it's definitely not a opportune situation for me. It's not terrible. I think it's what 10-9 or 11-10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
6, 9. Yeah, it's 11-10, so it's not a terrible roll, but I've salvoed once in my entire life. I won that. I don't want to break that streak.
Undefeated in final salvo, Christian Daniel, right? there.
Jackson was there for that game. It was the last round
against
of the
Rack.
Team Covenant Day 1 a while back against Rack. I rolled. It was Rack Vader versus Dengar Ketsu back in 1.0.
whole
So
lot
we
of
both rolled
5
dice, and he rolled 5 blanks.
Oh man.
Yeah. So can
yeah.
I ask a
That's the last
question?
thing
I'm
you
kind of
said.
curious about something because I mean, like skill wise, like I mean, hands down, I feel like you're like definitely the higher player. Do you mind if I jump in for a sec?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
So like opening, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, who is this guy I'm playing? So like I immediately like looked you up and I was like, oh geez. Though interesting, like you legitimately started identically to your past game, and when I saw that you had and you even like mentioned I think on your post game interview, because I mean we're
Man,
still
he
gonna
watched
watch
film.
Oh
He
yeah,
went
for sure.
deep.
He's
Yeah, dude, like.
He probably
I
found
just- I
your
just-
grinder profile.
But what I'm curious at is like is that something that like you put in your head through like knowing that we're playing digitally? It's like, hey, there's people out there who like might know your record, might see you on Vassal, like to where I like it went through my mind, hey, do I guess he's gonna do this? But given that I'm like new to TTS, I'm like, hey, let's stick with an opening I know rather than basically let you force how I'm going to try to adapt to you. I don't know, does that go through your head when you're playing this, or you just like trust in your movement to adapt, even if you know someone knows what you're doing?
It's crossed my mind a little bit. I think part of it is because that particular opening game for this list is consistently does well.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that I have to put down the TIE fighters first.
Mhm.
And a lot of the time that's before other people's ships. So I usually put them in a position where I can maneuver them effectively. And if you had, for example, set your list up to counter, it gave me the option to put Hollow with her buddies like she's supposed to, and then put Kylo all the way across the table,
And I'm not going to touch
and
him.
then and then just turn away round 1, force you to come to me through engage you on the gas clouds from the other direction.
And I didn't think about that, but like having an 80 point sync is like amazing that way. Because like I have to go to Kylo as soon as you start putting damage on me. Huh.
Yeah.
So like
Being-
list
being
design
able to-
there, giving you some flexibility. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, basically, Kylo being at 5 and just that 4-point bid, 4 points. We math workshop this a lot before the Fort Worth system opened. 4 point is a massive breakpoint for bids because everyone goes for their 197, 196 sneaks in underneath all of those, and being able to take my initiative 5 and place him in response to my opponent. I mean, Kylo is arguably probably the second best ship in the game, behind Boba. So
Debatable. I think he's the best ship. But I'm just saying.
Jackson's favorite
It's-
ship.
it's arguably one. It's undeniably one of
definitely
the best,
top
and I think it's
tier, for
arguably
sure.
I would say it's definitely top 5 for sure.
Absolutely.
Being able to leverage both his maneuverability and his damage output, and then just his sneaky survivability through focus and force.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it has come up a couple of times over the past several games of this list. Being able to pass an evade to Kylo
Oh god, yeah.
with Hollow, and just
You're just like, don't even bother.
completely negate people's opening engagements.
Yeah.
And then also Kylo just rolls good dice, and I believe against one of our guys, I pushed through a shield on Vader in the first round of the game, while Kylo took nothing despite him rolling 2 hits and a crit because I had the evade.
Because Kylo.
Yeah, because Kylo.
So Dan, speaking to your question too, I can speak to that because you can go back and watch even my games in this, Corona Cup, and I think finding an opening that is adaptive and can change depending on what your opponent's list is done or you're just comfortable with is a great way to play the game. I was playing 7 M3As with Auto Blaster at the Fort Worth System Open, and I set up
Nice.
every single game the exact same way, and I was able to make the cut using the list. And something about having a setup, like I said, it has to also be adaptive enough. Like Christian's setup here, setting them all up in the corner, well, he can one hard his entire list and decide to, no, I'm not going to joust you, or he could come around or do whatever he needs to. So even though sometimes having a predictable setup, if you set things up correctly, you can use it unpredictably.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I think one of the biggest things that causes me to lose games, like round 5s in tournaments, where I'm now, 3-1, and my next loss is going to miss me cut, and I'll switch things up. I lose more games that way than any other way.
Yeah. Because you just get so locked in on, oh, this has worked so far, let's try it one more time, that you don't adapt to the situation as it changes.
So one thing I was going to ask you, Christian, on the last round here, you knew that Vermeil had the Ion and was going to one forward. Why did you choose to take Kylo into that arc instead of running away?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you
not
know,
talon rolling or anything. Just saying, I'm gonna go
That
this
ends the
direction.
game.
well, on the subject of talon rolling, I should have talon rolled that turn where I bumped Gideon instead, but I was actually still afraid of Vermeil because him being able to change the die puts him pretty consistently on offense as long as I don't have
it's
a
strong.
focus.
Vermeil is very offensively strong.
For 49 points, he's pretty good. But I mean, you know me, I don't like going to time. I mean, I acknowledge that
that's
the
why
game
I
is
was
definitely
confused
going
the
to
way
time.
you just did the turn instead
Yeah.
of either talon rolling or running.
Because there was no way that
I was
a
just
ship
curious
was
on
gonna
your
end up
thoughts
in
on
that direction.
Well, I mean, I did kind of call Pierre wrong. I thought maybe a one bank, and then the sloop to bring him back on and try and go for points would have been a play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, those two ships in the very end could have changed this game dramatically. Could have either
Right.
saved you half points on Kylo, or if Sabak had gone the other direction, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to barrel roll there, and probably would have been in Sabak's arc, and then range 2 of both Vermeil and Rack there, and you could have lost Rack. So that was a super coin flip moment right there.
yeah, but you know me.
Yep.
Yeah, one last
My-
thing, speaking of like maneuvering, like I don't think did Hollow Daredevil at all.
No, it doesn't come up. It's one of those things that doesn't come up very often.
What,
but when it
what do
comes
you
up,
use it for? Because I'm sure you have, but like I'm trying to think. I feel like this is pretty maneuverable with like the arcs and the ailerons. I feel like this would be. I was expecting you to be daredeviling everywhere, but
it's
that
definitely
almost threw
more.
me off.
It's definitely more of a tool against other aces, things like other Kylos, other Barons, other interceptors, just that type of ship. It gives her a lot more of the knife fight
Mhm.
because she can maneuver and then take a red token to barrel roll and then daredevil to boost. So it's definitely a lot more
One
helpful
talent.
against.
One hard, one hard.
She can one hard barrel roll, one hard. It gives her a lot more maneuverability against other ships in her weight class, but it doesn't really serve a lot of purpose against bigger ships. But it's really for the equalizer against things like Old Tarok, against things like.
And it lets you do cool things also, like a 4 straight and then a 1 hard. And
That's true. It
something
definitely
that,
does.
You know, it opens up all those where they're thinking, okay, well, he's going to try and turn around this gas cloud, but he can't. And then you're like, oh, but I
So-
can.
oh, but wait, there's more. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't come up super often. It's one of those things. It's a very pocket option.
Hmm
Kind of
but
like advanced
it's-
optics on Kylo.
Yes, It's a big old trump card to pull out when somebody's like, oh no, he can't deal with that, and then I deal with that. And like I said, like Keenan said, advanced optics on Kylo, like it doesn't come up much.
Right.
I feel like I probably forgot it once or twice because I do that. Because you don't think about it. It's a very passive upgrade.
Yeah.
But it's
Mm.
one
I
of those
just
things. If you
remembered
roll
you
up on
had it.
somebody, and if you roll up on somebody and you roll, and it's good enough with the focus and then the 2 force that you can rarely have to take the target lock action, which gives them a lot more choices against, again, other AC kind of lists that he can roll up in there with a focus, and if he doesn't have to spend it, then he can spend it on optics instead of having to take a target lock and not have a focus and have to spend the force.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I think we talked about this the other day. The biggest way to get rid of ships with a lot of force is to make them spend all of that force, and optics really
Exactly.
gives me the flexibility to not have to spend the force.
Yeah.
All right,
Which
so you
almost makes
guys,
me like-
we're gonna
Oh, yeah.
step out to the other chat here. You guys stay here, keep discussing this. This discussion is going great. It's definitely reminding me of like a campfire talk that we will do a stream of just stuff like this. But for now, I'm gonna end this video up here and say goodbye to everybody. But thank you again
Alright,
for
go
both
say
of you
goodbye to the
playing.
fans.
It was a great game, and we hope to see you back here in another game that we're streaming. All right, Jax. Well, we heard from the players, and we know the results. So it just Christian pulled it out, and that's where you had your money from the start. I would say it's, in my book, much closer than I ever thought it would be.
I agree with you. It was, I mean, considering all things that happened in the game, it ended up being a lot closer than I was expecting. But I mean, at the same time, I got to give kudos to both players. They both seemed like they were doing their absolute top game today. I mean, at the end there, sometimes your opening makes you feel so far behind, but Dan coming out at the end, like he was doing some good next level plays. So
Yeah,
really,
sure.
it was an exciting, fun game to watch all the way to the end.
Absolutely. It's definitely one of those that nail biter right to the very end, edge of your seat. So on that note, thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched us live here streaming on Twitch. Please like, follow, and subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, subscribing to us on Twitch doesn't cost you anything, and it shoots a few bucks our way. So if you're happy with what we're doing, happy with what you're seeing, we're going to keep bringing you content as often as we can. Once things get back to normal, we'll be out in tournaments here in Texas and possibly in other states too, if travels bring us that way. If you are on YouTube, please like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and some of our videos. Watch some of the videos we have there. As you heard, it really just helped Dan out there with kind of planning for his strategy. Could help you against your next opponent. Or if you'd like to see a game between 2 different lists or how somebody else would fly your list, send it to us. We can do that. For all of you here in the Corona Cup, if you would like us to stream your game, just send us when you're going to play. And we'll set everything up so where we can stream and commentate over your game.
Last thing I'd like to mention is that Idea Squad also has a Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook by just looking up Idea Squadron. And one of the things that we're looking to be doing here soon is we're going to be doing our own, similar to the 512th League style tournament. So look us up on there, and you can find tickets to the event, and we plan on having a lot of fun, a lot of good prizes.
Absolutely. So we have our Summer League coming up. We're actually going to be talking about that on Monday for the 512th podcast as kind of the initial push to spark it off. Also, if you are an artist and you have some alt art ideas or designs, please let us know. We're looking for art right now to make into alt art cards and damage decks and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So let's see. What else we got?
I think that's about it, my friend.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, and also on Facebook, that is where we're going to post when we are live. So if you're not subscribed or following us for some reason, you can always find out when we're live there. Yep. So, all right. Well, again, big thank you to the 512th out of Austin for putting this event on. Thank you for the players for being here. And thank you most of all for all of you who are watching. So have a great night and God bless.